Hey yogis, my name is Victoria Gibbs, and today I have a full body, full length, hip opening flexibility class in store for you. For this class, I am going to suggest that you do grab 2 blocks. You know your body, and I will be offering modifications throughout. So even if you don't think you'll need them, good to have them on hand. So take a moment, hit pause, and grab those blocks if you need to. If you're working towards your splits or just want to work on your hip mobility in general, then this class is definitely for you. So just keep an open mind, breathe through any discomfort. I will cue you thoroughly all the way through. Grab whatever you need, mat, towel, water, blocks, and let's get started. Let's make our way into a child's pose. So big toes to touch, knees open wide, and just reach your hips back towards your heels. Good. You can even take a restorative child's pose if that feels good to you. Just take a moment and let everything hang heavy. And really start to deepen your breathing. Full inhales through your nose. Slow, steady exhales out through your nose. With every inhale breath, feel your ribcage expanding. And with every exhale, feel your belly pulling back in towards your spine. Take one more slow inhale here. Good. Now walk your hands out in front of you for a more active child's pose. So the more you walk your fingertips down your mat, the deeper the stretch in your shoulders. Again, continue to let your head and neck relax and start to root down through your palms. Hips reach back to your heels for one more breath. Good. And slowly make your way into a tabletop position. So hands are shoulder width distance apart, knees are hips width distance. And just start to take a couple of circles here. You can make them big, make them small. Just allow yourself to move intuitively, roll through your spine, curve your back, reach your sits bones up. It's about what feels good in this moment. Take a couple of circles to the left. Start to warm up those wrists. Good. And wherever you are, make your way back to neutral and flip your palms. So palms root down on your mat and fingertips face back towards your knees. If it's too much, too aggressive, perfectly fine. Just do one hand at a time. Wherever you are, just start to slowly shift your weight back and forth. If at any time you need to, just gently close your eyes. I always find that makes everything a little bit easier. Takes away my focus from any stress or discomfort. Good. Now flip your hand so that the top of your hand faces flat on your mat. Fingertips face in towards each other and just sway from side to side. Good. And while you're here, don't let your belly sink down towards the floor. Start to tuck your tailbone and pull everything in. Really want to start to activate our core. Shift for 3. For 2. Nice. 1. Slowly flip your hands back to center, tuck your back toes, and push up into downward facing dog. This first down dog, sorry, you're going to hear a lot of my deep breathing throughout this class. Just pedal through your feet, rise up onto your tiptoes, bend your knees. If your hamstrings are tight, do your best. Just bend your knees and slowly work to straighten them over time. I say it all the time, yoga is a journey that takes consistency. Roll over your toes if that feels good to you. Get a nice stretch in the tops of your feet, your metatarsal. They are firmly neglected on the day-to-day, walking around. Definitely abuse our feet, so the more we can start to really roll through the foot, the better off we'll be in the long run. Good. Find a still version of your downward facing dog and really start to root down through your palms. Feel your chest reaching back towards your thighs. Close your rib cage. I just had to remind myself of that. I'm very ribby. I tend to just let the rib cage open. Really start to close the rib cage. Pull your low belly in. Take one more deep inhale breath. Slow, steady exhale. Good. Rise up onto the balls of your feet and slowly walk your hands towards your feet. Good. Put a little bend in your knees. Head and neck hangs heavy. Shake your head yes. Shake it no. Let go of any tension or stress you might feel here. And if you want, clasp your hands behind your back. Make a fist. Get a nice stretch in your shoulders. Oh, this feels so good. Keep your weight forward in the balls of your feet. Hang here for 3. No tension in your face or jaw. For 2. Good. Slowly release. Root down through your hands and heel toe your feet, mats width distance apart. Pivot your toes at a 45-degree angle and sink your hips down for Malasana, also known as yogi squat. So hands in prayer and really push against your knees. Feel a stretch in those hips and pick up your chest. If your spine is rounded, you're not going to get the benefits here. So chest is lifted, low belly is pulling in, and push, push, push against your knees. Taking it further, root down through your left palm, reach your right fingertips up for a little twist. If you feel any pops in your spine, that is perfectly normal. Inhale, back to center. Lift up through the crown of your head. Right hand plants down and reach your left arm up. Good. Hold here for 3. Deep inhale for 2. 1. Slowly come back to neutral. Straighten your legs or keep a bend in your knees, whatever feels good to you, and heel toe your feet, hips width distance apart. Inhale, take a half lift, flat back, hands on your shins. Exhale, forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. Take 2 more just like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. If your legs are straight, lift up your kneecaps. Inhale to lift. Last one. Exhale to lower. Good. Root down through your palms. Step it back to plank and just hold here. So no sinking in the shoulder girdle. Push the floor away. Close that gap in between your scapula. Try not to let the hips hike up towards the ceiling. Just try to keep it neutral, straight line. Heels forward for 3. 2, pull your low belly in. Lower your knees, chest and chin. We're starting to open up the chest. Inhale, slide into baby cobra, shoulders down and back. Exhale, tuck your toes, push back into downward facing dog. Good. Deep inhale breath. Slow, steady exhale. Inhale, roll through your spine. Just slowly take some slow, small spinal waves here. The more you do it, the bigger they can get. Just want to get some movement in our spines. Allow yourself to flow like water. Good. For 3, 2. Find a still version of your downward facing dog, and we'll take our first down dog split. So reach your right leg back and up. Spin your right hip down. Lift up your left kneecap. Bend your knee and open up your hips towards the sky. Really push, push, push. Root down through your palms. Lizard pose. So straighten your leg. Inhale, knee to nose. And hold. Right foot steps outside of your right hand. Good. So you can either hold here. Perfectly fine. Again, depends on your flexibility. Taking it further, lower your knee down, untuck your back toes, and lower down onto your forearms. Woo! Feeling a nice deep stretch here. Taking it even further, roll onto the outside of your right foot and push. I just felt a nice pop in my hip. So push on your knee, gaze up towards the sky. Hold for 3. Deep inhale for 2. 1. Come back to center, root down through your palms, tuck your back toes, straighten your leg, step it back to plank. You can either take a modified vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or full vinyasa, chaturanga, shoulders up. Inhale, upward facing dog, hips up, look up, see the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog, good. Deep inhale for 3. Push the floor away, and remember, I'm just here to guide you through this practice. If you need to take a break, take a break. You can hit pause if you want, or just take a child's pose, totally up to you. For 2. Down dog split, reach your left leg back and up, and hold. So again, really try to lock out that leg, point your toe, and spin your left hip down. Getting a nice stretch in the back of the right leg. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Oh, this feels so good. Always remember, it's just yoga, nothing to be taken too seriously. Go back to your down dog split. Inhale, knee to nose, and hold. And step your left foot outside of your left hand for lizard pose. Good, so chest is lifted, sink your hips down. Whatever variation you took on the first side, take on the second side. So if you lower down onto your forearms, please do so again. And just find your breath, close your eyes. Allow yourself to breathe through any discomfort. If it's uncomfortable, it means that you're reaching your edge. When we reach our edge, that's when we start to see progress, start to see changes. Push on your knee to deepen the stretch. Roll onto the outside of your left foot. Stay connected. Head and neck relaxed. For 3, 2. Come back to center, root down through your palms, tuck your back toes, lift up that kneecap, step it back to plank. Again, modified knees, chest, chin, or full vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Deep inhale in through your nose. Full exhale out through your nose. Let's slowly walk our feet to our hands. Bend your knees once again, head and neck relaxed. more flexible, go ahead and straighten them. And just slowly roll up through your spine, vertebra by vertebra. Head and neck are last to come up. Woo, just take a couple of shoulder rolls here. Adjust anything that you need to. Feet together, hands down by your side. Really start to root down through your feet. Lift up your pelvis, close your rib cage, and plug your shoulders down and back. Take a deep inhale breath. Slow, steady exhale. We'll begin with 2 rounds of Sun A. Inhale, circle, sweep your arms up, palms touch, reach up, look up, see your thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, hands down, step or jump back to plank, and lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing, shoulders down and back, hips up. This is an active stretch. Exhale, downward facing dog, good. Inhale, step to the top of your mat, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, palms touch, reach up, look up, see your thumbs. Exhale, dive back down into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, plant your hands on your shins or palms flat. Exhale, step or jump back to plank, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog, good. Hold for 3. Head and neck relaxed. If you have to, just shake your head around, no tension there. Just let it go for 2. Chest back towards your thighs. 1, step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, palms touch, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, down by your side. Sun B, chair pose, sits bones reach down and back. If you've taken my class before, which I hope you have, no curving in your tailbone. Tuck your tailbone underneath you, close your rib cage, and drop your sits bones down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back to plank, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Warrior 1. Step your right foot forward, pivot your back leg, and reach your arms up. So a couple things to remember. This is not an open stance. Pull your right hip back. You want 2 hips in one line. Knee over your ankle, back leg is firm. Exhale, hands down. Step it back to plank. Lower halfway or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Warrior 1. Step your left foot forward, pivot your back leg, and reach your arms up. 2 hips in one line, like 2 headlights on a car. Weight is not forward, your weight is lifted. Core engaged, low belly pulling in, rib cage is closed. Exhale, hands down, step it back, take your vinyasa. Good, hold for 3. Feel for a nice widening through your upper back for 2. 1, step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sits bones down and back. Hold for 3, 2. Dive back down into your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Warrior one, step your right foot forward. Arms reach up. Pick up your pelvis. Exhale, hands down. Step it back and lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing, stay committed. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Warrior one, left foot forward. Arms reach up. 2 hips in one line. Exhale, hands down. Step it back, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing. Press the tops of your feet down. Do not give up on yourself. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Hold for 5. If you need to take your child's pose now, go ahead and do so. There's more to come. For 2. 1, step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sits bones down and back. Drop your hips down. Challenge yourself for 2. Hands to heart center and down by your side. Chair pose. Hold and breathe for 3. Close your eyes. Find a moment of stillness, a moment of peace for 2. Twisting chair, hands to heart center. Left elbow outside of your right knee and push against your knee. Good, so shoulders down and back. Gaze up towards the ceiling and really try to keep your hips in one line. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right elbow outside of your left knee and push against your knee. The more you push, the deeper the stretch. For 2. 1, exhale, hands down. Step it back, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Down dog split. Reach your right leg back and up. Inhale, knee to nose. Warrior one. So arms reach up. Exhale, pivot to warrior two. Good. So again, really sink your hips down. Challenge yourself. You want a 90-degree angle with this front leg. So I wipe away the sweat from my face for 2. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Nice deep side body stretch. Energy through your fingertips. No weight in your back arm. Extended side angle. Forearm comes down on your thigh. Reach your left arm up and overhead. You can hold here. Again, no weight in your arm. You can take both arms extended or use a block. That's what they're there for. Feel for a lengthening through right side body. Hold wherever you are for 3. Deep inhale breath for 2. Challenge yourself. Drop your hips down. 1. Runner's twist. Plant your left hand down. Pivot your back leg so that your heel is up and reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Nice. So energy through your fingertips. Bring your back heel forward and feel for a deep, deep stretch in your left hip flexor. Pyramid pose. Plant your right hand down. Straighten your front leg. Bring your back leg in a couple of inches. Inhale, half lift. Pull your right hip back in space. Exhale, forward fold. Good. If legs are tight, grab your blocks. Use them to help you find a flat back position here. Keep pulling your right hip back in space. Taking it further, reverse prayer. Get a nice stretch in your shoulders, stomach over thighs, face towards your shin. Wherever you are, root down through your front feet for 2. 1. Low lunge, hands down. Step your left foot back and lower your knee down. Untuck your back toes. Place both hands over your knee. Of course, if you need your blocks, grab them. The weight is not forward, the weight is lifted. So pick up your pelvis, close your rib cage, and plug your shoulders down and back. Really feel for a nice deep stretch in this left hip flexor. Close your eyes and remember, breathe through the discomfort. Send your breath down towards your hips, down towards your pelvis for 2. Half split, shift your weight back. So walk your foot down your mat. This is more of a runner's half split. I want the yogi half split. So hip over your knee, leg is straight, flex your toes. Again, continue to use your blocks. Blocks are our friends. If you're more advanced, however, root down through your palms and forward fold over your right leg. Should feel a nice, juicy stretch in the back of your leg. Find your breath. Do not crunch the back of your neck. Feel for lengthening through the crown of your head. Back of neck is light and long for 2. Good. Slowly make your way back into your low lunge. A little bit of a challenge here. Hands to heart center for twisting low lunge. So left elbow outside of your knee. Twist, twist, twist. Deep, deep stretch. From here, gaze down towards your big toe. Tuck your back toes. Straighten your leg and push up into a high lunge. Good, so let the hips sink down, pull the belly in, shift your weight forward for 2. Pivot your back leg, cartwheel your arms into a warrior 2. Nice. Gaze over those front fingers for 3, 2. Straighten your front leg, Prasarita. Pivot your right foot 15 degrees on a clock. Hands to waistband. Gentle back bend here. Exhale, forward fold inside of your legs. If the crown of your head touches your mat, heel toe your feet in a bit. It's supposed to be a challenging position. Legs are tight, bend your knees. Even tighter, grab your blocks. The point is not to have a rounded spine. The point is to have a flat back. So wherever you are, just allow yourself to breathe. Keep your weight forward. Deep, deep stretch in your hamstrings. If your legs are straight, lift up your kneecaps. For 2. Good. Arms out to the side like airplane wings. Slowly come up with a flat back. Nice. Pivot your right foot back to where it came from for triangle pose. So hand down on your shin, squeeze your sits bones together. More flexible, grab your big toe. If you want, grab a block. The point is to not crunch in this right side body. The point is to lengthen. So as you squeeze your sits bones together, reach them out and away from you. Pull your low belly in, root down through your feet to stabilize. For 3. Head and neck relaxed. For 2. 1. Slowly come up. Inhale, gentle reverse triangle here. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down. As I move my blocks, root down through your palms, step it back to plank, and lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Hold your down dog or take a child's pose for 3. Because we're getting ready to do it all on the left side. You probably notice a significant difference between your right hip and your left hip right now. For 2. Down dog split, left leg reaches back and up. Inhale, knee to nose. Step it through to warrior 1. Arms reach up, 2 hips in one line, pick up your pelvis. Exhale, pivot to warrior 2. So open up your stance a bit, challenge yourself. Knee over your ankle, shoulders down and back, arms out to the side like airplane wings, and energy through your fingertips. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Deep side body stretch. Extended side angle. Whatever variation you took on the first side, take on the second side. Hold and breathe for 3. Gaze up towards the ceiling for 2. Tuck your tailbone, pull your low belly in. Runner's twist. Right hand plants down on your mat, pivot your back leg, and reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. So close your eyes. Put a soft smile on your face. Find a moment of stillness and a moment of peace. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Pyramid pose. Plant your left hand down, straighten your front leg, bring your back leg in a couple of inches. Again, 2 hips in one line. So pull your left hip back in space. Lengthen through the back of your neck, lengthen through the crown of your head. More flexible, palms flat, and slowly start to forward fold over your left leg. Good. If you're taking it even further, hands in reverse prayer for a nice deep, deep stretch in your shoulders. For 3. For 2. Release your hands, plant them down on your mat as we step back into a low lunge. So again, you can keep your toes tucked or rest the top of your foot flat on your mat. Hands on your knees or hands on blocks, wherever you are. Embrace the moment, accept it, because that's just where you are today. Every day is never the same. I literally took 2 days off this week and I needed it. So no judgments, no expectations, just let it all go. For 2. Half split, shift your weight back, straighten your front leg. Flex your toes back towards you. And again, hip over your knee. The more you flex your toes, the deeper the stretch. So hands on blocks, tent up on your fingertips, palms flat, or you can take a nice forward fold here. Good. So never compare your practice to mine either. I've been practicing for over 12 years. This is my passion. This is more than just a hobby. For 2. 1. Shift your weight back into low lunge. Hands to heart center. Right elbow outside of your left knee and push against your knee. Good. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Nice stretch in that right hip flexor. Gaze down towards your left big toe. Tuck your back toes as you push up into a high lunge. So do not let your weight shift back. Keep it shifting forward. Push, push, push against your knee. Now slowly lower your right foot flat on your mat. Cartwheel your arms into a warrior 2 position. Good. Stay connected. Stay interested in the work. For 2. Sink your hips down. Prasarita. Straighten your front leg. Pivot your left foot. Again, hands to waistband. Slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Good. So again, if your head touches, heel toe your feet in a bit because you're supposed to feel a stretch here. If you want to take it further, you can take a headstand. It is not required, but take straddle entry. Toes are pointed, low belly is pulling in. Hold for 3. Slow down your breathing wherever you are for 2. With control. If you're in the headstand, slowly come back into your straddle. Nice. Straighten your arms. Arms out to the side like airplane wings and slowly come up with kneecaps lifted with a flat back. Let's heel toe our feet in a bit for triangle. So pivot your left foot back to where it came from. Hand on your shin, hand on a block, or grab your big toe. Now I see this a lot. Be mindful of where your right arm is in space. It's not behind you, it's not overhead, and it's not in front of you. Fingertips are reaching up towards the ceiling for 3. Head and neck relaxed. Feel for a lengthening through left side body for 2. Inhale, slowly come up. Reverse triangle. Deep side body stretch. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down. Step it back to plank and lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take 5 deep inhale breaths here. We put in a lot of work in our hips. We're going to take it to the heart opening postures now and revisit the hips a little bit later. Widening through your upper back, chest towards your thighs, head and neck relaxed for 2. Let's roll over our toes and come into a tabletop position. Hands are shoulder width distance apart, knees are hips width distance. Cat-cow. Deep inhale. This is one of my favorite chest to heart opening postures. And exhale, chin to chest. Push, push, push the floor away. 3 more. Inhale, head up, chin up, look up. And exhale. 2 more. Shoulders down and back. Push the floor away. You are not sinking into your shoulders. And hollow out. Last one, deep inhale, head up, chin up, chest up, look up. And exhale, chin to chest, round your spine and push, push, push the floor away. Puppy pose. Walk back down your mat a little bit if you need to. Hips stay exactly where they are. This is not a child's pose. It is puppy pose. So walk your hands out down your mat. If you're a little tight, grab your blocks. Rest your palms flat on your blocks. Forehead reaches down on your mat. If you don't need the blocks, don't use them. Palms flat, chest down. And if you're taking it even further, chin forward and look forward. Dare I say, if you're taking it even further, bend at your elbows, hands in prayer. And just close your eyes wherever you are. Find your breath. With every exhale breath, feel your chest sinking further into your mat. Hips reach up and no tension in your ankles, no tension in your feet. For 2. Sphinx pose. Just shift your weight forward, forearms down on your mat. Pick up your chest. This is not a resting position. If you need a rest, by all means, take a child's pose. But keep yourself lifted, shoulders down and back. And it's an active stretch. So if you can, press the tops of your feet down and lift your kneecaps up. Not sure if you noticed, but my knees went from resting to lifted. So do what you can. Push your pelvis down. This is prep for cobra, full cobra, floor bow, all of it. So just close your eyes, shoulder blades down and back, and feel for pulling the mat towards you. Actively pull to deepen the stretch in your heart. For 2. Good, Bakasana. Keep everything the same, and I just want you to pivot your right hand 45 degrees, bend your left leg. Couple of options here. You can just grab the top of your foot with fingertips facing back towards your ankle. Pull your heel in towards your butt. Getting a quad stretch, hip flexor stretch. Taking it further, shoulder rotation. So palm is flat on the top of your foot, fingertips face in towards your shoulder. Just slow down your breathing wherever you are. Good. Chest stays lifted. I just grew like 3 inches if you didn't notice. For 2. Sometimes I forget too, so never feel bad. Slowly release and switch sides. Whatever variation you took on the first side, take on the second side. One leg might be tighter than the other. I had knee surgery when I was 16, so sometimes my right knee is a little bit crunchy, but I just listen to it because that's really all you can do. Listen to your body. For 2. 1, slowly release. Just windshield wiper the legs, relax the low back for a moment. Floor bow. So, lower yourself down, bend your knees, grab the top of your feet from the outside. Back of neck is light and long. I want you to think about just lifting your legs up. Don't do anything with your upper body. Just reach your legs up. Toes are pointed. Do this 3 more times, because honestly, in this position, they guide your posture. So just focusing on the legs will help you realize that the weight needs to shift forward over your pelvis. Good. Now slowly release. Just take a deep inhale breath. And exhale. Good. Full variation. So push down through your pelvis. Kick your legs back and up as high as you can. Glutes engaged, toes are pointed. And reach your legs up and out and away. Now slowly lift your chest up last. Stretching your shoulders. Upper body is actively doing nothing right now. For 2. Good. Slowly release. Plant down through your palms and take a much earned child's pose. So hips sink back. Nice stretch in your shoulders. Head and neck relaxed. Camel pose. Let's slowly make our way into the center of our mats. Stand on your knees. If camel's new to you, just bring your hands to your waistband. Pull your elbows in, shoulder blades down and back. Head up, chin up, chest up, look up. The key thing here is to release your head and neck. It's a vulnerable place to be, but that is where you will eventually see the most progress, both on and off of your mat. If taking it further, grab your heels, thumb on the outside, fingers on the inside. And don't let your weight shift back. Keep your hips over your knees, head and neck relaxed. Pull on your heels for a deeper stretch in your chest, stretch in your shoulders. Close your eyes. And slow down your breathing. For 3, 2, hands to waistband, and slowly come up to seated. Good, just take a second here and place your hands over your knees. I say it every time I teach camel, but it's a very deep heart-opening posture. And again, it's the heart chakra. You're opening up your heart. So everything that you've been working on, stress, tension, emotions, mental, physical, all of it is going to rise to the surface. So just take a second here, acknowledge that, embrace that, and know that you're working to move past that. Take one more deep inhale breath. Good. Whenever you're ready, make your way back into a downward facing dog. Got a little bit more hip opening for you before we wind it down. Down dog split. Reach your right leg back and up. Inhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Pivot your back leg and come up into a warrior 2. Nice. Straighten your leg. So just pivot your right foot so that it's at a 45-degree angle. Do the same with your left. Circle, sweep your arms up overhead, hands to heart center. Just take a goddess pose. So just shift your weight from side to side. The more you can sink your hips down, the deeper the stretch. You can even place your hands on your knees. Push your knees back. Get a little twist in your spine. If you feel any pops, that's a good thing. Means you're making space in your spine. And just shift it. Take a twist on the other side. Good. Come back to center, hands to heart center for Skandasana. So let's take our weight up and over to the right. Push against your knee. Really feel for lengthening in this left hip. Pick up your chest. Good. Hold and breathe. Now root down through your left foot and switch sides. So this not only takes hip flexibility, but also some leg strength. If you need to use your hands, use them. That's what they're there for. For 3, 2. Now we definitely need to use our hands. Let's make our way to center. And just slide your legs into a straddle position. Any straddle variation is perfectly fine. Flex your feet, lift up your kneecaps as you drop your hips down. So you can stay tented up on your hands, lower down onto your forearms. Back of neck is light and long. Or you can come and fully recline. Rest your forehead flat on your mat. The longer we hold here, the deeper the stretch will eventually get. And the more we do anything, the easier it gets. So just find a moment of stillness, moment of peace. Let go of any tension or any stress in your hips. Really flex those toes up towards the ceiling. Back of neck is light and long. Good, and who knows, by the time we finish this, you could literally be flat on your mat like a pancake. So stick with it, stick with me, stay connected. Good, and wherever you are, if you want to just take a couple of pelvic rocks. So forward and back. Forward and back. Things will eventually open up and get easier. Good, so keep this forward fold. If you've been rocking with me, you can let the feet rest on the mat. Chest is lifted. You can even put a little back bend in it. For 3, 2. Good. Woo, nice and tight. Slowly shift it back. And we'll make our way into a, take your time with it, seated position. Just shake out the legs a little bit. Good. Janushirshasana. Bring the sole of your left foot inside of your thigh. Reach your arms up. If legs are tight, put a bend in your knee. Clasp your hands around the sole of your foot. So you can hold here, because the point is to keep a straight back, not a rounded spine. If you're more flexible, feel for bringing your left side rib cage forward and down to meet your right side body. Spine is long. Lengthen through the back of your neck. If you're taking it further, feel free to take this in a lotus position. So same. Left side rib cage comes forward. Deepen your breathing. Send your breath into the back of your lungs, back of your heart, back of your rib cage. For 2. Good. Slowly come up and switch sides. So sole of your foot inside of your left thigh. Again, take the knee bend. There's nothing wrong with it. It's better to move correctly than have to unlearn bad habits. So take your time with it. Again, more flexible. Right side rib cage comes forward to meet your left as you slowly forward fold over your leg. Taking it even further, half lotus. Good, arms up. So really feel for lengthening through the back of your neck, lengthen through the crown of your head. Hold for 3. Deep inhale for 2. 1. Slowly come up for Paschimottanasana. So, a couple variations because everything has a couple variations. Feet are hips width distance apart. Bend your knees. Grab your big toe. Pull on your big toe. I want to see your chest lifted. I want your shoulders down and back. And just slowly crawl your feet down your mat. If you're more advanced, legs together, feet flexed, arms reach up, take a slight back bend, exhale, forward fold. So you can grab your big toe or clasp your hands around the soles of your feet. If you're taking it even further, grab a block, clasp your hands around your block, and forward fold. Good. So pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Crown of head is lengthening towards the tops of your feet. Deep inhale breath. And exhale. Good. Slowly release. And you can roll up through your spine. Good. Seated spine twist. Sole of your right foot inside of your left knee. Use your right arm like a kickstand. Cactus your left arm, left elbow outside of your right knee, and push against your knee. So don't let your spine round, don't let the shoulder hike up. Plug everything down as you gaze over your right shoulder. Taking it further, bend your left leg. The sole of your right foot goes outside of your left knee. 2 sits bones are firmly rooted. Right hand behind you like a kickstand. Same thing, cactus your arm and twist. With every inhale breath, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, twist and gaze over your shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist. Last one. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Good. Shake it out. And we'll switch sides. So sole of your left foot inside of your knee. Left arm like a kickstand. Cactus your right and gaze over your left shoulder. Taking it further, bend your right knee. Sole of your left foot goes outside of your knee. 2 sits bones are on your mat. Do not lift your sits bones up. Left hand like a kickstand. Cactus your arm and twist. So everything is pulling up and in. We are lengthening through the crown of our head. And use the push against the knee to deepen your stretch. So inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Last one, inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Good. Slowly come back to center. We'll shake it out. For everyone's favorite, Navasana. So tent up on your toes, legs in tabletop or legs straight. Wherever you are, hold for 5. I'm being nice today. Chest up for 4. Pull your low belly in. Close your rib cage. Toes are pointed for 3. Energy through your fingertips. Jaw relax, face relax, mind relax for 2. 1. With control, slowly lower down for a count of 5. 4. 3. 2. Have to throw in some core. 1. Good. Slowly shake it out. We will be flat on our mats for the rest of class. Well, sort of. Good. Reach your legs up towards the ceiling. Bend your knees. And supine twist them up and over to the left. Good. So gaze over your shoulder. Push your knees down into your mat. Try to root down through both shoulders here for 2. Good. Slowly come up to center. Root down through your feet for a bridge pose. So walk your heels in so that they touch the tips of your fingers. Deep inhale breath. Exhale, root down through your heels and lift your hips up. So we don't want to be hanging out. We want hips up, glutes on fire, glutes engaged. And don't let your knees wing out. Traction your knees over your toes. Close your rib cage, pull your low belly up and in. Close your eyes for 2. Slowly roll down through your spine. Good. Supine twist in the opposite direction. Legs in tabletop. Spin your knees up and over to the right. Gaze over your left shoulder. And slow down your breathing. Take one more full inhale breath. Nice. Slowly come back to center. You can take bridge pose again, or we can take a wheel pose. So if you're doing bridge, hips up, you can clasp your hands behind your back, or you can even walk your feet in a little bit more and try to grab the backs of your heels. It's a nice challenging one. If you're taking the wheel, palms flat, elbow points reach up towards the ceiling. Do not let them wing out. Reach them up towards the ceiling. Fingertips face in towards your shoulders. Root down through your heels. Push up. Well, you can rest on your head if this is still new to you and you're working towards your wheel. But if you have a full wheel, push all the way up. Good. So do your best to get your shoulders over your wrists. Root down through your heels as you lift your hips up for 3. Close your eyes. Let everything hang heavy for 2. 1. Slowly lower down. Roll down through your spine. And just windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Good. Wherever you are, just take a moment and hug both knees into your chest. Do not let your tailbone come up like this. Do whatever you can to untuck your tailbone. Eyes closed. Good. Butterfly, Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together. Your knees split wide to the side. If this is painful for you, or if your knees are hanging up here and you're feeling a lot of tension in the joint and hip flexor, grab your blocks and place your blocks underneath your knees. Perfectly normal, perfectly fine, because one day you won't need the blocks. And just close your eyes, let gravity take over. Good, and with your eyes closed, slowly extend your legs out into your final Savasana. So just let your feet splay out wide, let your arms splay out wide, let your body hang heavy, and let the floor hold you up. Take a moment, just acknowledge the work you put in today. And working on hip flexibility and mobility is never an easy one. We hold a lot of tension in our hips. At least I know I do. I've been working on my back for a long time, and now I'm focusing on my hips finally, and I'm starting to see progress. So stay committed, stay connected. So you can stay in your Savasana, or you can join me in seated. That concludes our full length, full body flexibility flow. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I hope you broke a sweat, because I know I did. And again, join me, message me, comment, let me know what you want to see. You can find me on Instagram at WHATGIBBS. I am an open book. I'd love to connect. And thank you so much for joining me. Remember, yoga is a journey. It takes patience, consistency. They don't call it a practice for nothing. So don't ever stress about it. Just make sure you're having fun with it. The benefits are all there, but you have to believe it and you have to stay committed. So Victoria Gibbs signing off, and I will see you next time.